Alright, so it's a lovely day in Cloudsdale, and Fluttershy is having lunch with her parents in their beautiful home, along with her lifelong best friend, Rainbow Dash. And Fluttershy's like, wow, guys, our lives really turned out great. I mean, Dad just retired, you guys can enjoy your golden years in marital bliss, and me and Dashy are superheroes who save the world and hang out with princesses. Everything's peachy, and nothing can possibly fuck this up. And her parents are like, yep, you said it, sweetie. We're so happy and we're so proud of you. You too, Rainbow. You're like a second daughter to us, and we always believed in you. And Rainbow's like, guys, stop it. You're gonna make me cry. And then nothing bad happened. The end. Oh wait, no, that's not what happened because of this motherfucker. So, apparently Fluttershy has a brother, and he's a lazy hipster dipshit with weird hobbies who, wants to move back in with their parents because he dropped out of college again. Am I watching My Little Pony right now? Because it feels like I'm watching my... Anyway, this guy is a fucking piece of work. He uses stupid slang and talks with some kind of weird affectation, even though he obviously grew up around people who speak normally. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But I guess it comes off as kind of douchey, doesn't it? So this asshole barges in like he owns the place, makes his dad get all his bags, and you know at least one of them is full of dirty laundry that his mom is gonna have to do. Well, maybe you don't know that, but I know that. So Buttershush pulls her parents aside and she's like, you guys can't let him do this to you again. And they're like, oh, he's a creative type. He just needs a little time to find himself. And she's like, yeah, that's what we've been telling ourselves for the past 10 years. But you know, all he's gonna do is smoke pot, drink your wine, jack off, and post on 4chan all day. Probably all at the same time. Tell me I'm wrong. And Fluttershy's dad is like, well, at least it's not Reddit. So, brother Zephyr McDouchemuffin here is hitting on Dash, and god damn does he want her. Like, not this kind of one. We're talking this kind. But she fucking decks him, which is awesome. And then everybody argued over whether or not Dash is gay again. Guys, it's been almost 6 years. Can we just stop? And Flutter's just like, all right, motherfucker, you're coming with me and you're getting a job. And he's like, dude, I don't need a job. My main therapy YouTube channel is totally taking off. I've almost got 100 subscribers and my Patreon. You're getting a fucking job. So it's the next morning and dude, her brother is tired as fuck because he normally wakes up at noon, and I'm sure he's really trying to get back on a normal sleep schedule, but it's just hard when you have no routine, you know? And Fluttershy's like, listen, Rarity is a very good friend of mine, and she was nice enough to give you some work, so don't fuck up. So he fucks up. And then he fucks up again, just like he's been doing his entire life, because, like, Fluttershy keeps telling him he never commits to something and finishes it. You know, I need a drink.
Going like a sucker almost every day. In the back of your mind, you probably thinking I was gay. But nah, I'm just a bitch ass nigga. The type to get jacked if I was a rich ass nigga. See, I've been a loser just about all my life. Type to tryna turn a hoe to a housewife.
Jesus Christ. So, even Dash tries to give this guy a chance because she's a bro, and surprise, he fucks up. So she kicks his ass, which he deserves and probably secretly enjoys, and Fluttershy is like, look, if you can't hold down a job and contribute something, you can't live here. So she has to throw him out, and of course she feels like shit because he's her friggin' brother, but what can you do when you have a family member who's a piece of shit? There's no good answer to that question, is there? Jesus Christ, man. Can we fight Chrysalis again? Or how about Tyrek? You know why those were fun? Is because I haven't fought a giant parasitic bug queen or a magic-eating centaur before. I'm just saying it had a nice element of fantasy to it. So Zeph ends up living out in the woods and literally goes insane. And Dash is just like, dude, if we don't bail him out, he's gonna end up dead. And Fluttershy's like, look, man, me and mom and dad, we've done everything we can. This is on you now. And so Zephyr finally has to face the fact that he's so terrified of failure that he just gives up and sabotages everything he ever tries to do. And, okay, you know what, My Little Pony? I think you've changed a bit. I watch you because you're fun and cute and use whimsical characters and situations to teach moral integrity. Also, sometimes there's rainbow explosions and shit, or at least there used to be. This feels a bit too familiar. Anyway, they sing a magical pony song and Zephyr realizes he's actually capable of whatever the fuck this is. So he goes back to college, gets his degree, and stops hating himself. And he's like, thanks guys, I couldn't have done this without you. And they're all like, dude, we always knew you were an awesome guy and we're so proud of you. Yeah.
I make myself sick, get on my own nerve. Immature, insecure, grown up nerd. Has been MC on a label that's unstable. Chopping bliggy on the